do know it's the East Coast.
And we're on the move this morning.
On the move.
Yeah, you can see not a lot of cars there because travel bans have been issued in many areas. I know a lot of people probably sleeping in this morning on the East Coast.
I know a lot of offices are canceled. I believe this is Massachusetts right here. Intense waves coming off the Atlantic Ocean. Places of employment closed today. People are working from home. Roads are closed in some areas. I think Joe mentioned Connecticut. If you were out on the road last night, you were ticketed or arrested. And so obviously this is extreme, impacting their way of life there, Joe.
Yeah, and it will for today through tomorrow before they really start to dig out. The other issue is it's a heavy type snow. So you take, you know, a similar thing I'd put it as is many of you recall the snowstorm we had here in March of 2012.
Yes.
Some said it was a 1 in 100 year storm where we had power outages, some folks almost a week and a half, 2 weeks without electricity. If you were living in northern Michigan then, you remember that about 3 years ago?
I remember it very well, yes.
That's similar to the impact that this storm, if not even, that storm probably out east having even more of an impact than that one had here in northern Michigan. So it's a big one. Let's take a look. There's the situation. A lot of travel bans, as Melissa mentioned, issued by either the mayors of the major cities, Boston, New York City, or in fact, one of my friends was at a press conference with the Boston mayor yesterday, and she said that they were just closing things down left and right. Connecticut, I believe, a statewide travel ban this morning. So they are dealing with a lot. The good news on all this, we're not. Things here in northern Michigan, pretty quiet. In fact, if anything, we expect some sun for the afternoon. The only thing we've had is a few flurries here and light snow showers around the Luther Baldwin area, but that is moving off to the south. And again, lots of sun expected here today. We do have some snow chances, though, in our 7-day forecast here in northern Michigan. I'll show you that and some cold weather, too. The details in a few minutes.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Big story this morning happening right now. I've been talking about it all morning. Possibly record-setting blizzard has blown into the Northeast. Massachusetts coastal towns decided to cut off power to some areas to prevent fires from flooding that could accompany the blizzard. Fire officials could not say how many residents would be affected in that coastal town by the shutdown, but residents were encouraged to evacuate early Monday morning. The National Weather Service warned potentially historic storm could unleash 20-foot waves. Two police officers were shot and a suspect was killed last night at the City Hall in New Hope, Minnesota. Gunfire can be heard in the background of this video city council meeting, which was wrapping up when the shooting took place. Authorities say 2 new police officers had just been sworn in. They left the council chambers and were confronted by a man with a gun who started firing at them. Other officers returned fire and killed the suspect. The sheriff's department there says the 2 officers are in good condition and are expected to survive.
It's now 6:03. Today starts the 3-day trial for Eric Beauchamp in Wexford County. Beauchamp still has a chance to enter a plea before the trial actually begins. He is facing a murder charge plus 11 other felony charges. Back in August, Beauchamp led police on an 8-hour manhunt after allegedly killing his estranged girlfriend, 34-year-old Lindsay Morgan, at a home in Wexford County.
In Presque Isle County, 63-year-old Richard Sosleski is scheduled for a pretrial this morning. He's accused of murdering 2 brothers, Henry and Eugene Hinka, in Posen earlier this month. He was charged with 2 counts of homicide first-degree murder, 2 counts of homicide felony murder, plus other charges. Sosleski is being held without bond. He is facing the possibility of life in prison without parole.
Well, the 2012 terrorist attack in Benghazi, Libya, back in the spotlight on Capitol Hill today. A special House committee is holding its 3rd hearing into the deaths of the U.S. ambassador to Libya and 3 other Americans in Benghazi. Witnesses from the CIA and the State Department are scheduled to testify about committee requests for documents and access to witnesses. Committee Chairman Trey Gowdy of South Carolina says they can't do their job without a complete record of the events.
A plane traveling from Menominee, Wisconsin to Minnesota has claimed the life of 1 passenger and left 2 others with non-life-threatening injuries. The crash happened Monday morning around 9 o'clock in Clark County, Wisconsin. The plane started to ice up, and when the pilot tried to make an emergency landing, it crashed. Clark County Sheriff says the plane touched down. When it touched down, the wing clipped tree branches, causing the plane to crash into a ditch. We'll bring you more information as we get it both on air and on our website. This morning, an 18-year-old Traverse City man is being held without bond in the Leelanau County Jail. He was arrested Sunday on a child porn warrant. The man is being charged with possession of child sexually abusive material and malicious use of telecommunication device. He's been under investigation by Leelanau County Sheriff's Office since November.
It's now 6:05. This morning, 32-year-old Edward Percola, a Houghton Lake paramedic, is waking up behind bars. Monday, he was charged with 1 count of assault with intent to murder and 1 count of felony firearm. Percola is accused of shooting his girlfriend Saturday. State police tell us the woman was not directly hit, but she was taken to the hospital. Investigators also say the two were arguing and that alcohol did play a factor. The teen driver involved in a deadly crash last summer was sentenced to 1 year behind bars and 5-year probation. This is in Leelanau County. 17-year-old Tyler Levesque pled guilty in December to 2 counts of reckless driving causing death and 1 count of reckless driving causing serious impairment of a body function. Monday, the Leelanau County courtroom was packed with friends and family of 17-year-old Drake Hendershot and 31-year-old Brian Nahazel. They both died because of that crash. Nahazel's sister and fiance spoke out in court about their struggles with losing Brian, and next to speak was Levesque himself.
I want Brian and Drake's family, friends, and entire community to know how deeply I regret that my actions have caused your hearts to break, that you will never be able to see, touch, or talk to Brian and Drake. It is a sadness that I'll carry with me to my grave.
Levesque will spend 1 year in the Leelanau County Jail for all 3 charges. He is allowed to attend school during his jail time, and he must serve 200 hours for community service. He's also required to speak at different high schools about that deadly crash and the dangers of reckless driving.
Police in the Detroit area have made an arrest in the death of a newborn baby boy whose body was found at a recycling center in Roseville on January 14th. A 24-year-old woman was arrested, but the Roseville police chief did not release any other details. Last week, police in northern Michigan investigated a recycling center in Roscommon County that is connected to the center in Macomb County. Investigators say the baby boy was only 1 to 3 days old. It's 6:07 on this Tuesday morning. If you're looking for the latest news, sports, and weather, we've got you covered on our website, UpNorthLive.com. This morning, a special exhibit is underway at the Dennis Museum in Traverse City.
7 and 4's Alyssa Heron joins us live to find out what it's all about and how you can get involved. Good morning, Alyssa.
Good morning, Brennan and Melissa. I am here with the Curator of Education, Jason Dake, here at the Denos. First of all, just tell me a little bit about this new exhibit that you guys have going on. You know, what's it called and what is it all about?
Our exhibition that we're here standing in the gallery with is called Retooled, and it's highlights from the Hechinger collection. John Hechinger was a hardware tool store manager and owner of a business, and he started this collection many years ago, and we're featuring a small part of it. Every artwork in here, there's about 40 artworks, and they all feature tools as subject matter.
Okay, and you know, how did he kind of get inspired to do that idea?
When they opened a new office space in the 1980s, he found it kind of empty and sort of white walls, and he wanted to find a way to sort of inspire his employees to think a little more about what they do, and so he started collecting artwork that specifically features tools as subjects.
Okay, so how many different pieces are in here, and you know, what should people expect when they're walking around? We can kind of see a few behind us right now.
Sure. We have a little over 40 artworks in the exhibition. There are 350 in the collection, so it's a small portion of it. You'll find actual tools that are used within the artworks. You also find some surprises. For instance, the lawnmower behind us is actually made of wood, so it's not a real lawnmower, but it's made to look like one.
Yeah, and there's so much detail that go into all of these pieces. I was walking around earlier, and very importantly, you guys are partnering with an organization right here in town.
Sure. When we decided to bring the exhibition, we wanted to find someone in the community that would kind of make it a little even stronger in terms of programming. And we partnered with Habitat for Humanity Grand Traverse region. And so we're providing them with some program space and some opportunities to share with the community what they do. And it's a great connection with tools because Habitat volunteers use a lot of tools.
So how long is this exhibit going on?
It opened on Sunday and it'll run through May 17th.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And coming up at 6:30, we're actually going to be speaking with one of the Habitat for Humanity event coordinators that brought in some pieces to show us just how you can get involved with this retooled exhibit. All of this information and more will be on our website at UpNorthLive.com. Reporting live in Traverse City, Alyssa Heron, 7 and 4 News.
All right, thanks so much, Alyssa. Pretty cool to see the art exhibit, and probably a good idea for people if, we're in the winter months, it's cold, it's snowy.
Oh, Dennis
idea.
is fantastic. It's a and what's nice too is they have different events. They're constant, or different exhibits, I should say. So it's nice to check it out. Fantastic area.
We'll have much more from Alyssa coming up a little later in the show.
Now, your 7 and 4 Storm Team forecast with meteorologist Joe Charlevoix.
Okay, time now for a look at weather. This is a live look. Yeah, New York City right now, although if you look at this, it doesn't look that bad. Not a lot of wind, not much snow. Look at there's even a car out. They had issued a travel ban across all of New York City. Folks even out walking this morning out there in New York. But that is that. Do we have, Mark, I'm going to ask before we go to this, do you have the other camera from Massachusetts by chance? Oh, okay, I guess we don't have that available. Earlier we had a camera showing just wind whipping across, and it's all because of this blizzard that is working up the East Coast. I was taking a look at some of the reports. Nantucket Island off Massachusetts here had a 70-mile-per-hour wind gust. And look at the snow here. We've had up to Lowell, Massachusetts, a weather spotter there reported 15 inches of snowfall with 2-foot drifts already. The issue is that this is really going to continue this morning into the afternoon, so just kind of crippling this area from New York City north all the way up into Boston, New Hampshire, even Maine, seeing some rough weather today. Back home, though, it's a lot quieter. We have a few flurries, and you can see these here earlier around Baldwin, Irons, Luther, this area seeing a little bit of light snow in Lake County down into the White Cloud and Big Rapids areas. But that is moving off to the south, and we actually expect a good deal of sun across northern Michigan. Here's this little disturbance right there. It's kind of hard to pick out, a little bit of whiter color here on some of these clouds. But watch right here. We're clearing skies out now to the north. And so I expect that clearing trend to continue with northeast winds today. We should end up with, again, a fair amount of sun back home here in northern Michigan. Temperatures right now, we are in the single digits and teens, 16 at Ludington, also Manistee, 15 at Gaylord. It's a lot warmer than it was yesterday. Newberry right now at 3 degrees. It's 6 at Sault Ste. Marie, and we have 11 this hour on Mackinac Island. Winds will be out of the northeast today. Not a lot of wind here. Things pretty quiet. Tomorrow, winds will turn southerly for a day or two, including Wednesday, and that'll boost our temperatures tomorrow back up close to 30 degrees. Stormcast, a little bit going on, not today, and really not much going on tomorrow, but there is a system that will arrive here later Wednesday night into Thursday. Snow will develop. Now, this particular stormcast does not get all that aggressive with the snowfall. You can see a little bit of this coming in early Thursday, some snowfall there, but some of the models are indicating a little bit heavier snow. I don't think we'll see a whole lot, but it's worth mentioning because, again, late Wednesday into Thursday, certainly some snowfall, especially here, and then on up into Ontario. Okay, here's our pinpoint forecast over the UP. Highs today, 18 to 22, and look at that, some sun. A nice day today. Lots of sunshine. Tonight, partly cloudy, a little chilly with some clearing, temperatures in the single digits. For northern lower Michigan today, a pretty decent day, some sun, especially this afternoon. 19 at Beaver Island, Sheboygan 19. Tonight, generally clear, 1 below at Gaylord, Grayling, and Mayo tonight. And a little further south, partly sunny skies today. Highs will be in the mid-20s. Tonight, mainly clear, Houghton Lake, 1 below, 13 at Manistee and Ludington. And there's our 7-day forecast. Upper 20s Wednesday, upper 20s Thursday. There's our snow, mainly our northern areas. Look at Friday. We go from 28 to 12. Then back up to 22, and then next Monday, 10. So a little ride on the temperatures there. Some snow looking likely also Sunday if you have travels for the weekend. Here is our UpNorthLive app where you can get the very latest news, sports, and weather. Keep track of our weather, but also the latest on that storm out east as well. Here is our hot shot, this one taking us to Lake County. We just talked about a little snow in Lake County. Jim Crawford from Irons sending this in. Nice pileated woodpecker on the suet there at his feeder. And I want to thank Jim for sending it in. Great picture.
Sure, some folks looking for a fresh coat of snow. Head out on the trails.
Yeah, and we might get a little bit Thursday, more likely on Sunday, but nothing today, though. Lots of sun.
No, still overall, the rest of the week just looks generally quiet.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, pretty quiet. Today's just going to be one of those nice days, 20s and some sun, so take advantage, yeah.
Definitely.
All right, thanks, Joe. Earlier this month, that TV satellite provider Dish Network unveiled a new web TV service called Sling TV. It's letting you stream Universal Sports, ESPN, even some other channels over the web. And coming up, we're going to tell you how you can cut that cable cord and get your hands on this program, hopefully in time for the big game.
Plus, this week is Tax Identity Theft Awareness Week. We'll tell you how tax identity theft typically happens and what to do if you're a victim of fraud. It's 6:14. You're waking up with 7 and 4 News today. Do you want to get Judy, or do you want me to?
I can. I might be chatting with her, and I might, if it comes down to it,
I'll yell.
I can. I'm getting weather watchers. Hey, Brendan.
Yeah.
Was something going on at the end of weather? Like Smith kept looking
is the
at you.
doorbell not working? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
what did you guys say?
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're standing out here.
Come on. How are you? Does anybody want some warm coffee?
Yeah, we could. Joe, we couldn't hear what they were saying.
Good morning. How are you, Judy? So good to see you.
You too.
Thank you for coming in so early and standing in the cold like that. I apologize. How are you? Good morning.
This morning. What's the deal?
How are you, Nicole? So good to see you.
Good to see you too.
This is perfect. I'm glad.
No. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to get 9 weather watcher calls here. Do we have a deals package here? Okay.
Everybody's here? Oh, wow.
For whatever reason, that doorbell must not be working. They were out there for a while.
Well, they can't hear it in the back.
Usually I can hear it out here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, first interview, just Judy. Second one, we still have 2. Yes. But they are all here. But apparently, Mark, do you know if that doorbell is broken out there? They said they were ringing the doorbell. I usually hear it. I didn't hear anything. Yeah, I didn't hear it. Usually I could hear it from like just right here, but oh my God. It's now 6:18 in Money Matters this morning. The new service from Dish Network lets sports fans cut the cord with the cable launching today. Earlier this month, that satellite TV provider Dish Network unveiled a new web TV service called Sling TV, and it lets you stream Universal Sports, ESPN, even some other channels over the web for $20 a month, no cable needed. The service launches today for consumers who requested invites, and a full launch of that service is expected in about 2 weeks. NFL games will be blocked on all mobile devices since Verizon has those rights. The availability of live sports has been a major reason some consumers have not cut the cord with cable TV. Well, this week is Tax Identity Theft Awareness Week, and according to the Federal Trade Commission, tax ID theft was the top complaint from consumers in 2014, and the number of IRS imposter complaints was nearly 24 times more than in 2013. Tax identity theft typically happens when a scammer files a fraudulent tax return using another person's social security number and then receives the fund. To call attention to the issue, the FTC is now co-hosting a webinar this afternoon at 2 o'clock to address how tax ID theft happens and what you need to do if you become a victim. Links to those webinars can be found on the FTC's website at ftc.gov. All right, switching gears now, taking a look at how local interest fared on Wall Street yesterday.
Hello everyone, Joe Charlevoix here with a nostalgic Up North Live deal from Traverse City's own Don's Drive-In. With this Up North Live deal, you will receive two $15 certificates, a $30 value, and you'll get it again for only $15. Don's Drive-In opened its doors in 1958. When cars were large, they came in bright colors and pastels and featured fins. Don's Drive-In is the same place it's always been, and while you may still spot an old car or two, the parking lot is filled with a new generation of minivans and SUVs. Known for burgers, dog shakes, and malts, you can also order up award-winning soups, chicken fingers, BLTs, grilled cheese, and fish sandwiches. Don't forget the legendary seasoned fries, breaded mushrooms, and of course their onion rings. Again, that's a $30 deal for only $15 at Don's Drive-In, located on US 31, just east of Traverse City. For more information about this and other great Up North Live deals, head on over to UpNorthLive.com. Okay, 6:20, time now for a look at Weather Express, and here's the big picture across the U.S. Pretty quiet over the heartland. Some rain in the desert southwest, including California, but of course the main story, the blizzard ongoing in the northeast, just a mess there. Coming up in our 6:30 half hour, we'll have some live cameras to show you just how bad it is. Back in northern Michigan, not a lot going on. In fact, we expect some sun today. It should be a pretty nice day. Earlier, we had a few light snow showers working through Lake now into Newaygo counties. You can see the movement on these the last hour or two, but these are dissipating. We should see a pretty nice one today. Temperatures from 3 to 15, that's our range this morning, although 16 at Petoskey, 18 the warm spot at Big Rapids. We check our Weather Watcher reports in a couple minutes.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Coming up a little later, 7 to 4's Alyssa Heron will take us live inside the Dennis Museum to give us a sneak peek at a special exhibit that's underway.
That's right. We will check in with her at the Dennis Museum in Traverse City coming up in just minutes.
Ugh.
What is the second thing? Oh, God. Brendan, I'm like ready to cancel Weather Watchers. I just can't do this anymore. I'd have to go ask Pat, but it's just too much work. And I really don't care that it's clear in 5. I just don't. No, it was Jeff James. Yeah, like 2 years before I started.
Totally fine.
Hey, good morning, guys.
I'm telling you, my old face doesn't do well on camera
Oh,
anymore.
please. No, no, no. You are a natural with this.
I'm not. TV's not my favorite.
How is everything going downstate with SwingShiftNew?
You know, it's gone great. We're actually headed there today for a meeting.
Are
So
you?
we're across state a bunch.
Is it in Bay City?
It is Bay City,
Bay City.
Saginaw, Midland. So
Oh,
it's the
nice.
show itself is actually in Bay City, but we
uh-huh.
it covers all those areas.
Oh, is that great?
Yeah, it's really nice. It's they've really embraced it, which is cool.
Good.
Yeah. So.
Do you guys think you'll expand even beyond? Like maybe
It
Detroit
depends.
or Grand
We
Rapids?
we would love to. Really need somebody to step forward as a main sponsor.
Yeah,
like to
that's a
really
lot.
Ari's Bakery came on board, but they just weren't enough to,
Really? Yeah.
for expansion. You know, so who knows? I'd love to. I
Yeah.
really-
Yes. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. We also, Judy, could you just say hello? Good morning.
Good morning. Good. This is Judy Harrison. It is cold out.
It is. Oh my God. I'm so. Yeah. I think our doorbell is broke because usually from this desk, I can hear it. And we'll, like, okay, somebody's here. We didn't hear anything. So we're gonna have to tell somebody about this today.
How's it going, Judy?
That's not good.
Good morning. It's
Good.
Great. How are you guys?
I'm doing great.
Good.
So just to make sure, 300,000.
Hey, Mark.
Yep,
It's gonna be so weird having Colleen here tomorrow.
Almost 302,000
Just from this
from this season.
this season.
know.
Okay.
1.25 million.
Oh my God.
Our total over 1.25 for like 2.7 or something. So for all of
Fantastic.
it.
Well, good Tuesday morning, Northern Michigan. Judy Harrison, creator and the person really behind Swing Shift and the Stars charity dance-off, joining us this morning. Judy, always good to see you.
Good to see you, Melissa. How are you?
I am wonderful. And
Good.
you and I were just talking fantastic news about Swing Shift and the Stars. If you're not familiar, it is the local charity dance-off in Traverse City at the Opera House.
Yes.
What season was this, Judy?
This was season number 7.
Number 7.
Yeah, we are already started getting ready for number 8.
Number 8. And also doing it in Bay City now, which
We
you've
are.
expanded down there.
Yep, Great Lakes Bay region, you bet. Midland, Saginaw, Bay City.
What is so fantastic about this is that 6 charities are brought on board. You have dancers, they're instructors who are dancing for these specific charities, and they're raising money.
Right, right. And boy, were they ever on fire this year. We went up again in total, which I am so thrilled. But we actually have extended. After the fact, we've had charities that receive funds, you know, specifically because of Swing Shift and the Stars. And we decided this year to give the charities 30 days to kind of let those trickle in and give a final total at the end. And we have gone over 300,000. We are at 301,984 for this season.
Just from
this season. Yes.
That's amazing. And what's better even about that is that it stays local. These charities are right here in Northern Michigan.
Yes, you bet. Absolutely. And we already have charities applying for this coming season. In fact, we're starting our interview process. I encourage people to get in touch with us if they do have a nonprofit that they would like to have considered. We really hope that we can help educate our community continually with what's happening with these charities.
When you first started Swing Shift, did you think that it would turn into this?
No, not in a million years. Not in a million years. We raised 39,000, I think, our first year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and now we're over 300,000.
What do you think it says about the community too when you see this money raised?
Awesome.
Yes.
This community really does reach out and help others. And that is why we're a very tight community, and it's just I'm so proud to be a part of that.
And too, you mentioned you're already looking for the charities to sign on for the next upcoming season, which basically that starts in August when everything starts to get going.
It does. We start filming our stories in June.
That's right.
Right. So we are in that interview process. We have questionnaires. There's kind of a whole process to go through to get involved. So we hope that people will get with us. We have a pretty big list already, but it's interesting putting together that cast of characters as to just what's going to work for each year.
Always exciting. I'm excited to see what's going to happen next.
Me too.
Yes.
Thank you,
Judy,
Melissa.
thank you so much. Always good to see you.
Good to see you.
Switching gears now, taking a look at that weather forecast. Here's Storm Team meteorologist Joe Charlevoix.
All right, thanks a lot, Melissa. Our weather watchers this morning, let's see what they're reporting. Things pretty quiet, generally clear here across the Upper Peninsula. A few clouds at St. Agnes, according to Jerry, where it was partly cloudy. In northern lower Michigan, kind of quiet, chilly, 9 degrees at Mackinac City, Kendall at 15, 14 in Sheboygan. Alice, cloudy, a little dusting of snow overnight. It was 10 degrees there. Ray at Vanderbilt, Duck City Eastport, both reporting 15 degrees. Clouds at Vanderbilt, clear skies at Eastport. Steve at the Turtle Lake Campground, 16 degrees in Benzie County, mainly clear and calm, but at Morristown had 7 degrees this morning. Mike at Scottville said it was clear and 18 degrees, and Kelly said partly to mostly cloudy at Paris, where it was 15. I want to thank our weather watchers. We'll have another look at your forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks a lot, Joe. We'll have this news and weather headlines on the other side of the break.
It's 6:28, and you're watching 7 and 4 News today.
All right, I'll say hi to the folks.
I dare to say, what's up? When
What's
we
up?
start the show.
Good morning. How's it going? Great, you. Hi there. I'm Brendan.
I'm Adrian.
Hi, Adrian.
I'm Nicole.
Hi, nice to meet you, Nicole. For some reason, you look really familiar. I don't know where I've seen you from. I'm probably, yeah, downtown or something. Yeah. I'll be doing the interview with you at 6:46-ish. We have this commercial block to get through, another news block, then a commercial, and then us. Did you want to watch the show from inside the studio, or did you just want to hang out here?
Yeah, let's go. You want to watch from inside? This is my first time.
Oh, well, welcome. Oh, you've been here, done that?
Been here a couple times.
Oh, okay. Yeah, come on in. You can watch. Just make sure your phones are on silent. Oh, and just shut the door whenever you're in. Please and thank you. I'm going to move this. You two can sit there if you'd like. You move the chairs wherever you want. And then next commercial break, we'll get you mic'd up and over here.